So what is customer service? It's the assistance and advice provided by a company to those people who buy or use the services and products provided by that company. We can use D365 service cases and knowledge bases to assist you with this work. Use a service case to take the incoming query from your customer. Research your service case. You can look through the knowledge base. You're going to manage your queries using workflows, using views, and you're going to track all communications regarding that service case, all using D365. When you set up your service cases, one of the things that you can decide on is the subjects of your service cases. The subjects of your service cases can be nested so that you can group together your queries. You can add a subject to your service case to allow for future sorting or reporting. Inside your service case, you can use a process flow. A process flow steps a case through a predefined workflow. Out of the box, D365 comes with identify, research, and then your case is ready for billing. Inside D365, your service cases can have relationships. You can have a parent-child relationship where one case is related to another, where one case was spawned by another. You can also have service cases that you can merge together in case there's a service case that was started and then the customer may have called and someone else started another service case and really it's the same one. So you would merge those two together. Manage and review your service cases with different views within D365. Use a My Active Cases to find your own cases that you're working on. You could make a view for parent-child cases. You can make a view for things that are past due, things that are unassigned. The amount of views that you want is unlimited, except for limited by your imagination. As we know, D365 comes with some awesome dashboards out of the box. We can use the Customer Service Manager dashboard to visualize our service cases. Once we have our service case in D365, it's time to figure out how to help our customer. One of the tools inside D365 that we can use is the knowledge base. We can reduce the service case handling times by making use of the knowledge base. Use the knowledge base to describe solutions to common issues, product documentation, feature documentation, or frequently asked questions. You can research your service case using these knowledge bases. To the right of the service case, there's a little book icon. The book icon will then let you search through the knowledge base and find appropriate knowledge cases that you can then use the chain to link to your service case. Once a knowledge base article is linked to a service case, you can use the Case Relationships tab and you'll be able to see the associated knowledge records that go with that service case. D365 includes different language support. You can use the Translate feature inside D365 to create the same knowledge base article in a different language where you can provide the text from the different language. Once published, you then will see that we have the same article number, just in two different languages. A service case allows you to track all interactions with the customer. As your sales staff already know, they can set regarding sales leads and opportunities. Your service staff can set regarding for a service call. Be sure to also log all of your phone calls as well as emails. With all of that in mind, let's head over to D365 and see all this functionality in action. We'll start in Service Management Setup, and we're going to go to Subjects. And this is where we can see that our subject tree has as many subjects as we want, and our subjects can be nested. Heading back into the service cases themselves, we can see that we have a workflow for our process of how to resolve our service case. In this case, we identify the issues we're going to research. Is our case ready for billing? Has it been billed? And once it's billed, we can then move it to a resolved state. I'm going to switch my view now to active cases with parent-child status. And this is going to show me the cases where I have parent cases and child cases. If I drill on my child case now and look in the Details tab, I'm going to see that one of my additional details is that the parent case of the child case is in fact called parent case. This is going to be really useful when I find things as I'm researching the parent case that also need to be fixed. This is also going to be useful where service cases are related to one another and you can link them together with parent and child cases. I'm going to manage my service cases using the different views that come out of box, or if I want to make my own personal view. So here are my active cases. I can use this to sort and search. So I can look for things that came in by telephone, things that came in by email. So I can do a sort. I can look for particular customers by doing filters. So here's the profit service cases. I can sort by subject. I can search. So I can manage my service cases and narrow down what I want to look at. I can switch to anything that's open in the last 7 days. If I'm really clever and have Internet of Things alerts where I have buildings or I have pieces of equipment sending in their own service cases based on what their programming is telling them that should be happening, then I can see those service cases as well. To look at the data in D365 visually, I can switch to my dashboards. So here I've got my customer service manager dashboard, and it shows me that my active cases, the Ian demo has 12, myself I've got 22, the Jindy user has 2. I can look at my active case mix between the high, low priority, normal, and I can look at my service cases that are in a queue. Everything's in the queue essentially at the moment. And remember that out of the box, you can make your own Power BI reports that pull D365 data, and you can add those to these dashboards. Switching to the knowledge bases now, this is where I'm going to list out all the different things that I have written down that are to do with my service cases. Do I need to know how to book travel? What to do if I have damaged or defective products? What happens if my delivery never arrives? So this steps you through what to do when you have a service case related to that particular topic. Within my service case then, I can come to the Summary tab and click on the Knowledge link, and the system looks for all the different knowledge base articles that may be related to this service case. And in this case, we've linked booking travel, so it already says it's linked to the case. I did that by clicking on the chain. So once that link is set, if you move to the Case Relationships tab, you'll see the associated knowledge base records that go with this service case. Inside a knowledge base article, you can come into the header, into the ellipse, and you can use the translate feature, and you can pick your new language. We're going to pick German for Germany. And this will be a major version of this knowledge base article. Now I can take my text and head out to Google Translate or the translator of your choice, and we can put in the text for the translated version of the support case. So here I've already got one that I've done in French, and you can see that the article number is the same between English and French. It's just that the text has been translated. And of course, we need to track all of our communications between the customer and ourselves within D365. One of the beautiful features inside Office and D365, both being Microsoft products, is that I can set regarding my email within D365. So I'm going to click on my hamburger, and I'm going to come down to cases, and then I can choose the service case that I want to relate this email to. So that's D365 service cases. Today we've looked at the customer service features inside D365 CE, looked at service cases, and how to make use of knowledge bases.